Hi guys, it's me again, David. Irina will not be in this video today, but it's important to learn from my perspective as well. I am an American who has been speaking English my entire life, and it's important that you understand me and my accent. Today, we're going to talk about books or computers, the pros and the cons. Let's get started. Before we start this video, I will give you the words. Pay close attention. The words will appear on the screen. The latest advances, information technology, schools of the future, to use computers instead of printed books, electronic books, although widely accepted, certain advantages, paper volumes, replace printed books. Okay guys, I have read to you the words, and now I will read you the whole paragraph. Please write out the words and keep them in front of you. I'm going to read the whole text, and you will understand using these words. I'm going to read to you 3 sentences, so please pay attention. The latest advances in information technology make people think that schools of the future will use computers instead of printed books. Although electronic books have not been widely accepted yet, they have had certain advantages over traditional paper volumes. But will they be able to replace printed books? So you listened to me for the first time. Now I will put the video again, so please listen one more time. The latest advances in information technology make people think that schools of the future will use computers instead of printed books. Although electronic books have not been widely accepted yet, they have had certain advantages over traditional paper volumes. But will they be able to replace printed books? Now, I know you didn't see the texts, but now I will ask you questions. Please rewind the video and listen to me again to answer the questions. Question number 1. Will schools use computers instead of books? The answer is yes. Schools will use computers instead of books. Question number 2. Are electronic books better than regular books? The answer is yes. Electronic books are better than regular books. Now, please look at the screen and you will see the text now. You will be able to read it and translate it yourself. Well done. Let's move to the second paragraph. First, I will give you the words and you will listen and understand. Don't forget to write them out and repeat them to yourself as you go along. In my opinion, to use computers widely, use for studying, to begin with, store lots of books, memory, modern software, to allow, to find quickly, necessary information, interactive programs, degrade over time, printed counterparts. Dear friends, please try to learn them because soon we will be doing a word test. Now I will read to you the second paragraph. Please pay attention. The words that you wrote out, please put in front of you on the table. I'm gonna be reading to you the text, and if you don't understand the words, look at what you have on the table so you can understand me better. Now, let's get started. I will read to you the second paragraph. In my opinion, students will be widely using computers for studying in the future. To begin with, computers can store lots of books in their memory, and modern software allows us to find quickly the necessary information. Besides, with the interactive programs on computers, studying will be much more exciting. What is more, electronic books will not degrade over time like their printed counterparts. Now you listened to me once, you will now listen to me the second time. In my opinion, students will be widely using computers for studying in the future. To begin with, computers can store lots of books in their memory, and modern software allows us to find quickly the necessary information. Besides, with the interactive programs on computers, studying will be much more exciting. What is more, electronic books will not degrade over time like their printed counterparts. Since you have listened to me 2 times, now I want you to look at the text and translate it. Well, I hope you understood it, and now I'm going to ask you questions. First question: can computers store books in their memory? The answer is yes. Computers can store books in their memory. Question number 2. Will computer studying be more exciting? The answer is yes. Computer studying will be more exciting. Question number 3. Will electronic books degrade over time? The answer is yes. Electronic books will degrade over time. Now you will see the text on the screen. You will read it and translate it yourself so you can understand it. Please learn it by heart and tell yourself 3 times. Now you see the Russian words on the screen. Please translate them from Russian to English. The right answers are on the screen. Please check the right answers with what you wrote. Okay guys, we will now begin with the third paragraph. I will read to you sentence by sentence, and you will listen and understand it and translate it from Russian to English. Let's get started. Okay guys, it's time to take the words from the third paragraph so you guys can learn them and make them into your own sentences. Let's get started. You guys are doing great. Lots of disbelievers. To argue. To replace printed books. Human eyes. Computer screen. In addition. Be cheaper and easier. Electricity. The internet connection. Emit no radiation. Low light conditions. To pay for electricity. To pay for printed books. Very expensive. Okay guys, I have read the words to you. Write them out, put them in front of you, and use them when you need to. I'm going to read to you the third paragraph. Get ready. On the other hand, lots of disbelievers argue that computers will not replace printed books because a printed book is better for human eyes than a computer screen. In addition, books are cheaper and easier to use since they do not need electricity or the internet connection. I cannot agree with this because modern computer screens emit no radiation and allow us to read even in low light conditions. Of course, we will have to pay for electricity, but I think it will be cheaper than to pay for printed books, which are very expensive nowadays. So I read it for you once, and now I will read it for the second time. Get ready. On the other hand, lots of disbelievers argue that computers will not replace printed books because a printed book is better for human eyes than a computer screen. In addition, books are cheaper and easier to use since they do not need electricity or the internet connection. I cannot agree with this because modern computer screens emit no radiation and allow us to read even in low light conditions. Of course, we will have to pay for electricity, but I think it will be cheaper than to pay for printed books, which are very expensive nowadays. Question time. Will computers replace printed books? The answer is yes. Computers will replace printed books. Next question. Are printed books better for the human eye? The answer is yes. Printed books are better for the human eye. Next question. Are printed books cheaper and easier to use? The answer is yes. Printed books are cheaper and easier to use. Next question. Do computers emit radiation? The answer is yes. Computers can emit radiation. Great job, guys. You're doing great. Now you see Russian words on the screen. Please translate these words in English to your copybook. The right answers are on the screen. You did a great job. Keep practicing. You got it. We're coming to the last part. You guys have been great. Now I will teach you guys the last part of the paragraph. The last part in every text is called the conclusion. Let's read it and understand it. But before we read it, we will give you the words. Peacefully coexist. Technological progress. To carry. A laptop. And iPad. A tablet. Instead. So you took the words. Now, let me read you the text. To sum up, I think computers and printed books will peacefully coexist for years to come. But in the future, technological progress will make it possible for students to carry laptops or even palm tops instead of traditional bags with lots of heavy books. This was a short one, so I will read it for you again. To sum up, I think computers and printed books will peacefully coexist for years to come. But in the future, technological progress will make it possible for students to carry laptops or even palm tops instead of traditional bags with lots of heavy books. Now you see the text on the screen. You can read it, translate it, and put it into your copybook. Question time. Will computers and books exist for a long time? The answer is yes. Computers and books will exist for a long time. Next question. Will technology make it possible for students to carry laptops? The answer is yes. Technology will make it possible to carry laptops. Okay guys, you answered very well. Now you will see the whole text on the screen. Please read it and understand it. Go back to the video if there's something you did not understand. I hope I've been a good help. Learning text by heart is also very important because it will teach you to memorize the words. Also, it is important to understand the words because the words connect and it will give you a better picture. And learning the whole text can be better than learning it one by one. Also, learning structured sentences can be better than learning separate words. Now you see all the Russian words again on the screen. Please translate all of them into your copybook. Once again, thank you guys for watching this video. Please practice everything that we went over in this video. Practice reading, practice the translations, practice listening, and understand and talk as much as you can. Again, if there's something you did not understand in the video, go back as much as you need to and practice and go over it. My name is David and I will see you next time. Bye.